discussion, I would like to go over the 5 W's. There's actually 4 W's and 1 H. First, we'll go over who. It's Ms. Hudson, Sharon, Elsie, Jenny, and Diane. Those are the main characters of this book. What? Well, Elsie is stealing money and no one is confessing. Everybody is getting punished. Nothing's fair. All of the students learn that things aren't fair for Elsie either. When is this happening? 5th grade, just like our book club members. Where is it taking place? It's taking place at school, Jenny's house, Elsie's house, Diane's house, and Sharon's house. How isn't anything fair for Elsie? The reader learns that she is on a strict diet. Her mom won't buy her new clothes and she's going to boarding school. Oh, no! In the end, we all learn that nothing's always fair. Just be patient and things will work itself out. Now that we are familiar with the plot, let's get down to business with our discussion.
Hi, my name is Kinsley.
Hi, my name is Erin.
Hi, my name is Kira.
And we are the KEC Book Club. We will be reviewing a book
Called
Nothing's Fair in 5th Grade by DeClements.
Well, Kinsley, may you tell us a summary of this wonderful book?
When chubby Elsie Edwards comes to Jenny Sawyer's 5th grade class, she doesn't think they're going to be very good friends. Elsie ends up stealing money from most of her classmates, but once Jenny gets to know her, they become very best friends.
Well, Kinsley, I have a question for you. When Elsie comes into Jenny's class, why wasn't she very eager to be her buddy?
Well, when Elsie first walked into the classroom, Jenny thought she was like fat, overweight, and disgusting. But when she actually got to know her, they became actually best friends. Don't take a big sip.
So, Kinsley, do you have any questions?
Well, actually, here, I have a question for you.
Oh.
Well, Miss Hinton, their 5th grade teacher, had a different kind of personality. Could you explain it to me?
Well, Mrs. Hanson, she was a kind of a mean teacher. She wasn't respectful to the students when she had to pat them down for the money. Well, it made the students feel like they weren't very respected. So, Erin, I actually have a question for you. What do you think the author's purpose was, and why do you think that the author made Mrs. Hanson a character?
Well, I think she was trying to be dramatic. Like, when she was searching Elsie and the other people in the class, it was like searches and seizures, Amendment 4. So I thought it was unfair, so that's why I thought it was dramatic. And when she pat down Elsie, she didn't even say sorry when she figured out that she left it in her meeting. And she blamed her for it. And she even told the principal that she stole the money. So now she might have not even gone to the school next fall.
Interesting comment. Do you have any questions?
Well, I actually have a question for you right now. Elsie turns out to have some special talents. Well, how do the changes or the actual talents change Jenny and her personality?
Well, as I said at first, Jenny doesn't really like Elsie when she first comes in. She thinks she's really fat and disgusting. But when Elsie tutors Jenny, they actually become best friends. So Jenny actually changed because she used to judge people by what they look like, but now she sees that just because they look like something doesn't mean that they're not very nice. Well, Kira, I have a question for you. Well, have you ever had any rules at home or at school when you were younger that you thought were not very important, and now you realize and that you realize that they are important now?
Actually, Kinsley, I do have something that was unfair to me when I was little. So I had to sit down at recess, like in my earlier years, like in 1st and 2nd grade, if I didn't do my homework. Now I've realized since 3rd and 4th grade that sitting out for not doing my homework is just a consequence and make me learn to do my homework.
So you're basically saying that when you don't do your homework and you get to play, that's not fair to the other students who did their homework and you didn't do your homework, and you get to play.
Actually, Kinsley, yes, that is what I meant.
Well, Kira, did you like how the author was writing in her style? Were there slang things and regular things? Did it match the 5-finger rule? Did it have long, complex sentences or short sentences?
Actually, yes. I did really love the author's style of writing. She used long, complex sentences and short sentences. She did everything very descriptive. And I actually did use the 5-finger rule. I'm like, at the very beginning, I'm like, oh, this will be an easy book to read. And then as soon as I got to like the 2nd or 3rd chapter, I'm like, ooh, these are some words that I've never came into before. Well, some of the examples of the slang words are like wanna, gonna, to what extent. No, that's not really slang.
Well, ladies, would you use the 5-finger rule? And if you were to, would it be a 2, a 3, or a 4?
I actually gave it a 3 for my 5-finger rule because I actually came across 3 words that I didn't really understand, so I had to get my dad to help me out with them.
I would actually give it a 3 too. What would you give it?
Well, I would give it a 3 because I didn't know some words, but it was actually a very good book. And if you had to rate it, what would you give it? I would give it a 5 because it gave really good tips about how to survive in 5th grade.
Well, I would give it a 4 because I actually really liked the story of the book and how Jenny became to like Elsie as a friend.
Are you doing a scale of 1 out of 5 or 1 out of 10?
1 out of 5. That means it's an amazing book.
Well, I would rate it a 5 too because it was an awesome book to read and it gave a lot of tips on how to survive in the 5th grade.
So, would you recommend this to friends?
Actually, I would because it has a lot of tips and you need tips to go through things. Like some things are hard in 5th grade, like homework.
I actually would recommend this book. How about you, Kinsley?
Yes, as she said, it's a great book. Should we dedicate this book talk to anyone?
How about
Miss Riggins! Miss Riggins! No, Princess, wait. Thank you!